I'm CK. Welcome to part 5 of updating the Stratocaster. Tonight I'll be putting the pickguard on and probably be putting the bridge on, but I'm not going to promise that. Let's go to the desk. So here's the pickguard again, and what we need to do tonight is solder the 2 leads to the output jack and solder, or at least position, the ground wire for the back of the bridge tremolo system. Now we do have to do one other thing. Since I am shielding, added the shielding to the cavity, I have to ground that, because if you don't ground it, it doesn't make much sense for what we're doing. So I'm going to add an additional wire to the ground lug on the volume pot. So let me get in here and position that. There's a little tension on it. Oops. Grab one of my handy dandy alligator clips to hold it in place a little bit. And just again, a normal soldering iron, normal electrical solder. Nothing unusual about it. Just make a good bond. Looks good. Now I'm going to solder it to, I don't actually have to solder it, I could just connect it some other way, but I'm going to solder it because it only makes sense. So I need to weight that down a little bit. Let me make sure it doesn't pull up. I want to position it so when I take the pickguard off again in the future, if I ever do, I have enough slack to pick it up. So that looks like a great position, and now I need something to weigh it down with, and I think this little base thing that I have will probably work just perfectly in here. And now I have to drop some solder in there, and I did laugh during disassembly at that large blob of solder somebody had put on the trim, but I may be doing the same thing right here, because you do what you need to do. Ooh, God, that flowed really well. Oh, that was perfect. The solder just flowed beautifully. You got to appreciate things in life when they happen the way you really want them to. Didn't get much of a blob at all, and it is certainly tight. So now the copper shielding is grounded. Next step is to feed the trem ground through the hole for 2 reasons. 1, so it's out of the way. 2, so I don't confuse myself as to what the heck wire goes where. Now we take output jack wires, put them through that hole, they go down a little bit, and I pull them up. And again, this is less of a problem because the pickguard's always going to be giving you enough slack, but just want to make sure anyway. Needle nose pliers, I'll make a little hook on either end. On both ends, I mean, not either end. Now pick up the output jack, Use a little blue tape to protect the finish, even though this finish is very hard. I'm not too worried about that. Now, come around here. White to tip. A little bit of a crimp there. Black to sleeve. And a little bit of a crimp there. Now get my soldering iron. Solid. Then we'll go to the tip. And that's solid. Let me double check. Yeah, that's not going anywhere. Now, I think I will pull some of the wire back into the pickup cavity to get this out of the way. Great. Okay, now it's actually time to start screwing some stuff together. Now for the next bit, again from StewMac, I bought a bunch of black screws for Stratocaster. And yeah, I keep mentioning StewMac, believe me, they're not paying me. They don't even know I exist. Nobody's paying me. If you're seeing any ads on this, YouTube's getting the money, not me. I don't care about that. I just want to make sure you know. That's good and solid. Let's test it just to be sure nothing is actually goofy. It's a little stiff, but it'll work in. Now the pickguard itself. Okay, pickguard and output jack are both in. Next, and I'm going to put all the extra screws away so I don't knock them all over the floor accidentally. So let's get the bridge. Nice black bridge. Claw, nice black screws to go with the black front of the bridge, intonation adjustment. These 5 springs, I'm not sure I'm going to use 5, I may use 3, and then I may adjust that later after I play it, and not on camera, we'll see. I think I'll start with 3 just because. Bridge goes in, bridge does to do is I'm going to take them in as far as the original one was, which I can feel as I screw these in. I won't use the electric screwdriver. And then try the springs on and see if they feel appropriate. Let me get a better screwdriver for this. I think I did it a little better than the original, not a great deal better. I should have roughened the surface up a little bit, but I didn't. It doesn't matter, it's not going anywhere. Now, before I hook the springs in, I'm going to tuck this away a little bit, this wire away a little bit, so it's not going to be in the way. Shove it back into the electronics bay because there's nothing in the way in there. Okay, where was I? And there's 3 springs. Let's see. So the next step is to put the back cover on. I didn't even think about checking this for hole sizing, but those holes are all in the right place, different than the front, so that's very good. So there we go. She's all ready to be strung up. 2 things happened when we were off camera. I forgot that I hadn't put the string tree on, so I screwed that in, and also I burnt my finger on the soldering iron like I thought I would. Next step is to restring it, and I will be using Stringjoy Broadways. I use Stringjoy strings on all my guitars. They're a company out of Nashville, and these Broadways are pure nickel. I use their signature series on other guitars, but this project felt like it was right for Broadway pure nickels. So the proof's in the pudding, and we're plugged into my Focusrite Claret going into Logic. This is a dry signal, and we'll see if it actually, now that we've done everything, if it actually works. This will be on the neck pickup. Pull some tone off of that. Sounds good. Middle pickup. Let's go down to bridge. Yeah, it sounds good. Sounds like everything's working. I like this neck pickup quite a bit. Nope, all came out well. So that's it. Updated a Strat, new pickguard and pickups, new hardware all around, and if I can do it, Anyone can do it. Thanks for watching. Enjoy the rest of your day.